Chicks. Get ready.
You know what to do, Chicks.
Salute to Chick Smooth.
Hey, Chick Smooth, appreciate all the coverage that you've been doing. I've been watching your shit for a while. I just subscribed to your shit too, bro.
Now it's all starting to make sense, you guys. For anybody out there still wondering, is 50 Cent on Drake's side or Kendrick's side? I think we finally got our answer. Now, it was just last week that 50 was out in Toronto. He was performing at a show there. After the show, 50 and Drake linked up. They were chilling at Drake's mansion. You guys can see some of the footages here.
I want to thank you. I want to take the time out to thank you.
Yeah, 50 Cent sat in the set next to Drake.
Really sound like he gained weight. Like it's all in his throat. Yeah, man.
Yeah,
fellas, man.
Queen nigga.
Keep the LBs off, man.
Yeah, that matters a lot. Yeah,
that's what makes us look older, man.
You gotta get lighter, right? You gotta
get lighter as you get older.
Yeah, but when you lighter, you weaker.
I don't agree with that.
Come on, nigga.
You might have more stamina.
When you lighter?
Yeah, you have more.
Yeah,
stamina,
but nigga will earth you.
What, you gonna get in a fist fight or something with somebody? Like, you getting older, bro? Like, what the hell are we talking about, bro?
You right. But nah, it's like walking around with like feeling like light. You was never, you know what I mean? Cause when I was younger, I was lighter. I ain't feel good light. You know what I mean?
Nah.
But I was Bambi. You know what I mean? Like,
man.
Taking nigga off his feet.
That was a question I was gonna have too, because I'm like, yo, I see that I'm getting, like, the work that I used to do was cardio for me.
Yeah.
So it kept weight off of me.
Right.
Now, I still do physical work, but it's not as intense as I used to do.
Okay.
Right.
All right.
And I'm getting a little softer in certain areas.
Right.
And I'm like, even, you try to do shit for yourself, but I thought to myself, like, do I do anything for my wife? Like, for her to be attracted to me?
Okay.
Like, do you ever think, like, all right, maybe she might not like this. She might not like the way I look right now.
Yeah, you definitely want to keep it tight. You definitely want to keep it, Absolutely.
Okay.
You definitely want to, you want to look good, like, at the crib. You know what I mean? You want to look good for yourself. So yeah, 100%.
I don't know how often I really think about it, and I think I should think about it more.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, like, I do it for me, her too.
Right.
I mean, so she has something to look at.
Well, if you look at it like more like performance based, you know what I mean? If you can't blaze the way you used to blaze, then if you're getting tired or you like, oh, get on top, you know what I mean? Like, if you can't represent the way you used to, I feel like that's the number one thing.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Because a lot of, if you could perform with a gut, I don't think she's gonna mind too much, you know what I mean? But you gotta be able to perform still,
Gotcha.
For making me feel so at home.
Thank you.
Yeah.
What's it one more time?
Because
You know what I hate though? Why niggas be like, yo, it's like, you diss this person, I diss this person, now we could be cool.
Yeah.
You diss this person,
frenemies, yeah.
Yeah. I don't.
Now, if you're referring to 50, 50 is going to take any on-stage opportunity to discuss whatever elephant is in the room.
Anything.
I was in Vegas. I saw 50 performing, and he took it upon himself to get on stage and discuss Usher and Chris Breezy throwing fisticuffs real quick fast. He took in front of everybody at Usher's festival. This is Usher's festival that we have going on here. 50 jumped up there and was like, yeah, these R&B dudes is wilding. Chris just punched Usher in the eye. Like, whoa. Everybody's in the audience like, what? So yeah, 50's taking that opportunity.
He's the god of war.
He's the god of war.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
He's the one that realized how to monetize beef. So Drake pulls up on 50 Cent in Toronto after dissing Rick Ross on stage in Canada. Drake has been blackballing TDE artists from even performing in Toronto. There's been Schoolboy Q.
Probably as he should.
This week,
as he should.
There's been Sir.
Yeah, as he should.
Yeah, but he's doing it like in a weird way, though.
No, No, he has money in a lot of the venues.
Yeah, but what does that mean when he gets on tour? So he think he's good in LA, or is he gonna like not? Don't do this and then play victim when you come to the fucking States.
Might not be
It's
so
gonna be
much the
bad for him.
States.
Because yo, honestly, I could feel Drake doing this in Toronto, and I could feel Drake doing this in Houston, in Texas,
Yeah.
because of the mob ties
Yeah.
or whatever. But I feel like the rest of the United States is fair game now.
It is.
And does he really want to play this game? Are you gonna play victim when this is all said and done with? Because this is a weird tactic to be doing from a nigga who really got to get on that road to perform.
Well, if you're referring to Drake, he's performed a lot over the last few years.
Yeah.
He can,
Multiple world tours.
He can sit down for a little bit to where it is kind of.
Oh, okay. So you agree that he should sit his ass down?
Oh, hold on. Pause it for 1 second. Go to. You see the little joint.
I think this one. These cameras going on you next week. So
yeah, man.
You're fresh.
We do.
Come on,
yes, you do.
Buy another camera.
Okay.
There's another slot for another camera. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So let's play more of the video.
Oh yeah, you gonna have to. Yeah.
Because some of y'all kick Rick Ross ass, right? So I want to thank you again for making me feel so at home.
Now, this left everybody confused, saying, wait, if 50 is tight with Dr. Dre, who's super close to Kendrick, why is he messing around with Drake? Obviously, him and Drake have a common enemy in Rick Ross, but he also has deep loyalty to Dr. Dre. Well, turns out 50 Cent sees a little bit of himself in Drake. Now, yesterday, 50 did an interview with the Hollywood Reporter. They asked him about everything he has going on, all his business ventures, people in the industry. And then finally, they also asked him, yo, do you ever see Kendrick and Drake being friends? 50 went on to say, this is hip hop. I think it's competitive to a degree, obviously. Even Drake, his position and the attitude and his choices, those are 50 Cent choices. Fuck it. Everybody got to get it then. When it becomes Drake versus Kendrick, it's because it's the only thing you can put up against Drake's success. 50 goes on to say, look.
Yeah, he basically compared himself to Drake back in then, saying that everybody's jealous of him. Like this whole, the industry versus Drake is because this is not culture, whatever this is deemed with. This is basically like everybody jealous of Drake's success and Drake's stature and Drake's influence in the music industry. And, you know.
I don't know if I read it that way, but I get what you're saying.
Okay. That's the way I see it.
I think, but he said that Kendrick is the only one that could actually kind of go against him,
right?
In a sense. So it was no real shot at Kendrick. He was
I think that's the shot at Kendrick.
You know, he was like.
I think the shot at Kendrick was him comparing himself to Drake. If there's two people and then I choose myself to be likened as one person, then that means if I put myself in that person's shoes, then I'm against it.
Yeah, I wouldn't agree with him on that because I feel like Drake is like more prone to being bullied or being, you know, people going after him because they might think he's soft or he's a like sort of like a curated artist or he's a pop guy.
What do you think the beef was really about?
I think that the beef was truly about Kendrick feeling like talent-wise,
yeah,
he is much better than Drake is.
was he jealous of the attention that Drake was getting?
He might.
You could feel
I don't know
that.
if it's jealousy because I don't think he's an attention-seeking type of artist. But it's like,
did he crave the praise?
If you're getting credit that somebody feels like you might not deserve,
yeah,
I could see. It's like, yo, bro, like he's really not that ill, and I'm gonna show you that he's really not that ill.
Okay,
that's kind of the way
Who puts him as that ill? People that
society,
respect,
in a sense,
and then people
but not
who like look at numbers.
Not necessarily. I don't think. Well, you got hip hop people to say like,
we got hip hop people that look at numbers and judge people's success.
So I'm not gonna stand over here and catch these strays any more than I'm catching them. Let me tell you something, man. All right. See, I was trying to be quiet. So this business is there are 3 scales.
Go.
Right?
Yeah.
One scale are the sound scan numbers, the numbers that come in.
Yeah.
Second scale is how much money people pull out of their projects, right? Like how much money they walk away with.
Yeah.
And the third is you guys. You know what I'm saying? What the people
culture.
are saying.
The
Culture.
culture.
You know, whether or not you have a tap on the culture. J. Cole has a real nice tap on the culture. I'm not sure how much money he's pulling out. I'm sure he's not a broke guy, but I'm pretty sure he's making off pretty well, right? The numbers, on the other hand, probably don't play. Kendrick has skill level high, very good with the culture, does really good numbers.
Yeah.
So he has all 3.
Mm-hmm.
And with the culture right now, he's probably top notch.
Yeah. I think culture should be prioritized above anything.
I think it should be, but we come from an era where, our opinions are like skewed a little bit. You know what I mean?
So
I don't think they're skewed. I think we allow it to be skewed, right? Because
I mean, two things
we
read at the same time.
like let's say for instance, if I'm a real estate guy, right, and I'm flipping houses, right, and I buy $1 million house and I renovate it and then I sell it for $1.1 million and I made 100,000, right? Okay. It's like, all right, yeah, you made 10%, right? But it could be somebody else that, they bought a crib for 200,000 and they sold it for 250, but they made, what is that? What is that? 40,
okay,
25% or something like that.
Well, that's scale. Okay. That's scale, though.
Yeah.
That's scale.
But percentage-wise, that other person did more, right? But it's like, all right, Drake, he has so much money invested in him, so it's you're gonna see bigger numbers. It's gonna look bigger because it's like more money invested in him, right? Versus like, that doesn't mean culture-wise that everybody's like really into that artist. Now when you invest a bunch of money into somebody, it's like you paid for it. It's not true. It's like, I don't think it's a true testament.
I think Drake's I think Drake's might be true because of how much of the women are influenced by his music. And hold on. I can't necessarily say it was the money invested that has the label money invested that has Drake appealing to these women and stuff like that. It's the music that he makes. You know what I mean? Don't get me wrong, he's on a really big stage. On a big stage.
Money paid for the features and they paid for the tours.
Kendrick has a lot of money before. He had some good amount of money that was going his way.
So what I'm hearing right now is this was a battle for the culture. And this is what kind of Kendrick
this was a battle for the
saying.
culture. This was not
Kendrick
a battle. Yeah, right.
Taking it away from the numbers and bringing it back into our hands.
And the reason why is because Drake is still achieving extremely high numbers, even in the
numbers are fugazi.
Listen, man, I'm just telling you.
I think paying for streams is part of a marketing budget at this point.
Everybody could, that's part of. That's not exclusive to one party.
Right. No, I don't think it is. But when it comes down to the culture is going to judge by your skill set, how how much you move the needle culturally.
Listen, I
You know
want
what
to say this. Even though all of this is going on, this is still going on. Turn on your radio. Drake still has 3 to 4 records that are going at this very, very moment.
I get
2
that.
is
All right,
Sexy
but
Red.
let's talk about culture wise, right?
That's what I mean.
No. When you talk about culture, when you talk about culture, you're talking about somebody setting a trend, right? Not somebody riding a wave and then making the trend a little bit bigger. I don't think I've ever seen any. Like, oh yeah, he was the first.
Who's the middle one? This one? Yeah. Let's go back. He wasn't the first one to do whatever.
I can't think of anything where it's like, yo, that flow, he was this or that or whatever. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, but he became the new benchmark of what it meant to be all inclusive, to do like, you know what I'm saying? To make music for the masses. I think he is the benchmark of that, and he has to be a new benchmark. You can't say that he's not. That's a trend in itself. Being the benchmark. Being
all right. No. All right. You could. All right. This is what I believe. I believe you can pay for that. Right? You could pay.
On, yes, you can.
No. All right. So no.
One could pay for it.
If I'm rhyming like, let's say, Bone Thugs and Harmony in 2024, right? And I come out with it. Drake, you know, I'm mildly successful with it. Then Drake does it, but he has $1 billion behind him. Yeah, it's gonna be like, yo, Drake did this shit. Now I'm not as big as Drake, but he took my shit, but he put his own spin to it or whatever. But I set the trend of it. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
And I think that's his MO. Like,
I
he'll jump on.
Yes,
whatever's popular. He's
true.
like a vampire.
First of all, he is a vampire. Kanye, vampires. Those guys are king vampires. But you use the word, my man Wong used the word cachet.
Oh.
Right? Well, I believe he has the cachet to where he can do so because, okay, if you look at his early records, I can't necessarily say that was somebody's wave that he jumped on.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That was his wave that allowed him to get to the place where he can experiment and have writers and things of that nature.
I agree. I would agree with that.
So that's why I'm saying it becomes a benchmark spot instead of just pure. He didn't come out vampiring.
So, all right, but is the Drake we know today as the same Drake as we known when he first started? We're talking about his celebrity now.
I think he was always. I think he hit the ground ready to change.
The industry vampired a lot from Drake.
Yeah, I don't think
like his first album
or two.
Everybody used that for their singles.
Yeah,
Timberland.
I don't think.
Around, so
yeah, he's a special.
Well, he was a new hot artist, and if you had a record with him, yeah, okay.
But but as far as the like jealousy thing, do you think like the industry was jealous of Drake's cachet?
No, I mean, when
cachet equaling social equity
in general. You know what I mean? Equity from the companies, equity from endorsements,
and equity,
Nike endorsement,
influence, right?
Equity can be cashed in, I feel like, for influence, yes.
Right. And then you kind of move around the industry, signing deals and behind the back and everything.
Once again, influence, Drake's influence only goes so far.
Right.
I can't see kids aren't
his weakness
modeling themselves after him.
His weakness with influence was culture. That was his weakness.
Yeah. Okay.
And that's where Kendrick attacked, won. And I'm interested to see where we come from.
I don't think any artist wants to be like Drake. They might want his success.
Right.
They don't want to be like Drake.
Yeah. No.
Do you think any artist wants to be like 50?
People wanted to be like 50.
When 50
was popular, like, and
people wanted to be
every
like
artist from New York that everybody else loved hated him.
Well, he created
bro.
Fat Joe. He went up against the whole New York.
He created.
Honestly, some people, a lot of people, credited him with ending the New York sound. because he went to war with all the New York prominent people and won. He won.
All right.
Clearly won.
All right. We're talking about culturally. Right?
Yeah.
When 50 came out, he influenced a lot of people. He took the game to this like sort of like, like street music.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And he took it, he came in as street music, but when it came down to sell records, he went to
all right.
He put out Lollipop.
The real
Candy Shop.
Okay, but did that usher in a wave of artists that really lived their raps?
No.
Yes, it did. After he came out, that's when you got niggas that was saying, "Oh, he's really in the streets." That's when people really cared about that. Before that, people didn't really care. Think about it. Just think about it.
All right.
Before 50,
I don't think anybody cared if Ja Rule was in the streets.
They didn't.
No one cared about it.
And then when 50 came, it was like, yo,
no one cared about Jay-Z was
whatever
really in the
whatever
streets.
you rapping about.
He got shot mad times.
Did you live your raps?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me ask you a question. What would it have looked like if Drake won? If the culture took a hit, if the culture lost, what would hip hop look like?
I think it'll look like it looks right now.
Yeah.
I don't think anything would have changed.
Any difference?
I think this had to happen. I think
no. What if this didn't happen?
No, I'm.
What if the culture didn't win?
It wouldn't. Nothing would have changed because I think that Drake is cultureless.
So ghostwriting would have been just accepted.
Yeah, it's been accepted.
It's not accepted.
No,
People don't put Kanye in a top 5 or nothing like that. Kanye is an artist. We started off. I've heard coming off of this. There was
Drake is one of the greats.
Yeah, but they're not to be like we can't believe.
I've heard like journalists that are hip hop journalists that put him as like one of the greats.
Artists, but not rappers.
I'm saying you can't maneuver. You can't move him. You can't discredit him. You can't say that he's not there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I think this whole situation gets us to a point where you kind of gotta separate the two in a sense. It's like you put that asterisk.
Yeah.
With now we said it before, but I think it's like, all right, we're gonna put this dude in this category and put these people in this category.
Right.
But I also want to say he also fought a decent fight.
Oh, respectable.
You dig what I'm saying? He fought a good fight. So this is the thing. You can't.
Was there any way
and
that
Family Matters was a strong diss record?
Huh?
Like a lot of Family Matters would have ended a lot of other niggas.
A lot of them were good.
Family Matters would have ended a lot of other niggas.
All right. Music is
subjective.
No. Whether it blows or not is based on usually some type of marketing promotion. It had all the hype. It was a heavyweight fight. It was Tyson versus Holyfield.
Absolutely.
People's gonna watch. They're gonna pay pay-per-view anyway. Right. So the numbers, we can't talk about numbers. The numbers gonna do well regardless because it's
was for the culture.
It was two of the biggest heavyweights in the game. So you can't
Nas, Jay-Z, like Hot 97, people's calling in.
Numbers gonna be high regardless.
What song is better? Yeah,
so we gotta that's why we gotta leave that. Moment. We just gotta think about like, all right, the music. Now the music was good. It was a good competition.
Oh, great.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It was a good fight. It was a good fight for it.
Yeah.
But you know, that last, ace in the hole that Kendrick was holding.
Too much.
Yeah, it was too much.
Yeah.
And Kendrick's marketing plan around that record was bigger than anything that Drake did. That marketing plan was the biggest marketing plan of them all. Yeah. For him to throw a concert at the Forum, for him to do the record how many times?
Crazy.
Turn around, do a video. You get what I'm saying?
Crazy.
It's already in the Grammy Talk. Just got my Billboard magazine. It's already in the Song of the Year, Record of the Year.
Oh, come here with me. Yeah. Wow. Crazy, right?
How?
Crazy.
Yeah, bro.
It was the most played. It's been the most played.
No,
the highest selling song.
No, wow. I said how because it's like, no, I'm not. I'm saying how, but I know how.
Okay.
But
I was saying wow.
It's like, yo, you got to think about it. Like a diss record is literally like Grammy nominated. Like, you know what I mean? He was dope enough to create a commercial radio friendly record to diss this dude.
Yeah.
Like he beat him at his own game, bro.
Yeah.
He beat him at his own.
Hats off to Kendrick.
To a high degree.
Yeah.
Beat him in his own game.
Let's get the final word on it, cool.
Yeah, I'm saying, let's get back to the 50 shit though.